a mile around the Waffle House, where the 29-year-old is thought to have shot 6 people, killing 4 of them. Witnesses have told police that Reinking didn't say a word as he stepped out of his pickup truck and opened fire.
Reinking was last seen yesterday morning. Royal watchers are on baby patrol in London this morning. Kate Middleton, the wife of Prince William, is in labor right now.
Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, certainly knows the routine. She's been at the private Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital here in London before. Kate and William have 2 other children, Prince George, 4, and 2-year-old Princess Charlotte. Both were born at the same place, as were William and his younger brother, Harry.
That's ABC's Tom Rivers in London. Up for a vote today in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, the president's nominee for Secretary of State. More than half of the senators on the committee have already said they will vote against Mike Pompeo. President Trump welcoming the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, to Washington today at the White House. ABC's Karen Travers.
The 2 leaders recently joined forces, along with the United Kingdom, in a strike on Syria after the recent chemical weapons attack. But it was not always so chummy between the 2 presidents. Their first meeting in Belgium last year featured an extended white-knuckle handshake.
As North and South Korea gear up for their summit this week, former UN Ambassador Bill Richardson says don't read too much into the North's promise to suspend its nuclear program.
It's a good precursor for the summit, but it's not a denuclearization. They're not dismantling their nuclear weapons or their missiles.
The lone surviving suspect of the Paris terror attack has been sentenced to 20 years in Belgium. Salah Abdeslam was convicted of shooting at police. He still faces trial for the Paris attacks. This is ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
A white Tennessee teacher has now resigned after being caught on video dragging an African-American middle schooler out of a bus by his feet.
5th grader Zamarian Pointer pulled out his phone to capture it.
He was wrong and he ain't supposed to drag him like that.
The boy's mom in complete disbelief.
I feel bad because I didn't believe my child.
The teacher was reportedly breaking up a fight. Robert Church Elementary in Memphis getting heat for how the incident was handled. School officials tell us there's an investigation underway, but since that incident 2 weeks ago, the teacher has resigned.
That's ABC's Zachary Quiche. The death toll continues to rise after violent protests along the border between Gaza and Israel.
A second Palestinian has succumbed to his gunshot wounds, bringing the death toll to 40 Palestinians killed by Israeli live fire at 4 Gaza protests. The IDF has opened a full investigation into the death of a 15-year-old at Friday's protest. A video that went viral appears to show Mohammed Ibrahim Ayoub was shot in the head. The Palestinian president is calling for a separate UN investigation. Israel is defending its use of live fire, saying militants have thrown explosives and tried to breach the security fence. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
Criticism seems to be piling up on actress Natalie Portman for refusing an award in her native Israel. Portman says she decided not to attend a ceremony because she didn't want to appear to endorse Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This is ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Don't go bankrupt. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-7344. That's 866-844-7344.
I'm Sherry Preston.
Well, with springtime here, head on over to Oakland Feed and Seed for the things you need. Things like grass seed and garden seed, 10-10-10 fertilizer and 17-17-17 fertilizer. Oakland Feed and Seed carries Kentucky 31 and Rebel Turf and 5-star blend grass seed. That'll look good, won't it? They'll weigh up garden seed by the ounce or by the pound. How much do you need? They'll weigh up grass seed by the pound. Whatever your needs are, Scott and his team at Oakland Feed and Seed will try their best to do it for you. Need strong weed killer? Get it by the quart, gallon. And this kills all, 2.5 gallons is only $49.99. Get rid of them quick. They have fish box, 100 count, $19.99. Why don't you come check Oakland Feed and Seed out and check prices? All your animal health needs, from dog shots to wormers. And don't forget to pick up some fire ant control, too. They have what you need at Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and locally run.
Grab the rain gear as you head out this morning. Rain is likely, especially later this afternoon, tonight, and for the day Tuesday. Some of the rain during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow will be heavy. The high today in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tonight will be cloudy with rain likely, the low in the low to mid 50s. And then Tuesday, rain is likely, perhaps even a thunderstorm that could be strong. The high temperature in the mid 60s to low 70s. Still can't rule out some showers on Wednesday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday, the 23rd day of April. Rainy Monday it is, and we're at 53 degrees. Warming up today to about 55 with a lot of rain expectations today. 100% chance of rain throughout today and tonight. And we are under that flood watch in effect. It's only a flood watch until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Throughout today we're watching if the flooding occurs, the conditions may be right for that. Now, the rain's in the forecast all the way through the weekend. Maybe on Sunday we may get mostly sunny skies and no rain there, and Saturday only a 20% chance of rain. So we might as well get our umbrellas handy and rain jackets handy because it's going to be with us for a while. Now I have these death announcements. Joseph Ray Shires, age 33 of Spindale, passed away April 19th. A service will be held at 11 a.m. Wednesday, April 25th. At Crow's Funeral Chapel, the family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. At Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Joseph Ray Shires. Delbert Lee Walk, age 83 of Rutherfordton, died Saturday at Hospice House. Private service will be held at a later date for Delbert Lee Walk. Jennifer Dawn Guffey, 33 of Forest City, died Wednesday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Services will be private, and Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Jennifer Dawn Guffey. Thomas Edward Brooke, age 44, passed away Thursday, April 19th. A private memorial service will be held at a later date. And Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Thomas Edward Brooks, Tom. Gaines Airwood, age 75 of Rutherfordton, died Friday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Family will receive friends from 1 until 3 o'clock today at Shingle Hollow Congregational Holiness Church. The funeral service will be at Shingle Hollow Congregational Holiness Church at 3 o'clock today. Burial will be at the Nashville Church of God Cemetery in Marion. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Services is in charge of the arrangements for Gaines Marshall Airwood. Edith Petit, age 91 of Rutherfordton, passed away Thursday, April 19th. The funeral service will be conducted at 11 a.m. today at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. The family will receive friends following the service at the funeral home. A private burial will be held in Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Edith Petit. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. The complete information on these and others as they become available to us can be heard today at 11:30 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report right here on the most information for the Foothills, AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton. Well, on Saturday, the Braves beat the Mets 4-3. On Friday, the Mets had beat the Braves 5-3 with 12 innings. The Braves came back on Saturday and won over the Mets 4-3. And yesterday's game was postponed due to weather. It'll be rescheduled as part of a daylight doubleheader on Monday, May 28th.
My friends, scientists are beside themselves with joy. They have accidentally created a mutant enzyme that eats plastic bottles. A couple years ago, scientists discovered the enzyme at a Japanese waste dump. They brought in an international team to tweak it, and voila, the enzyme mutated. The new enzyme takes just a few days to break down plastic. Now, the lead researcher says that thanks to the mutant enzyme, there will not be a need to drill oil to make more plastic because the plastic we already have can be recycled back into its original components. If that happens, can you imagine the result? Liberals can stop making laws to ban plastic straws in restaurants. Stores can give customers plastic bags again. You can buy bottled water without the environmentalist wackos complaining about what's in landfills. Plastic will be in again, which is why I have a prediction of my own. It'll never happen. Because liberals don't really want to solve problems. They just want to complain about problems and blame America for problems. But the last thing they want to do is solve anything because America can't improve. So just watch. Environmentalists will accuse the new mutant enzyme of causing global warming or wiping out endangered species or hurting polar bears. Mark my words, it will not be marketed as a solution ultimately. Today's technology makes things easier because everything's connected. Your cell phone, your tablet, even your smart TV, all connected to one account, and they're all connected to your Wi-Fi. It only takes just one weak link for a cyber thug criminal to break in and obtain your data. And that's why the new LifeLock identity theft protection now adds the power of Norton security to your devices. Now, while LifeLock uses proprietary technology to detect threats to your identity, the addition of Norton Security helps protect up to 5 of your devices from online threats. And if there's a problem, LifeLock's agents will work to fix it. Now, of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or cybercrime or monitor all transactions in all businesses. But new LifeLock with Norton gives you more protection for today's connected world. Join now, get 10% off your first year. Go online to LifeLock.com and enter the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com. Remember, promo code RUSH.
From the county seat of Rutherford County to the foothills of the Carolinas, we are 50 years strong and still kicking.
Hey, can I help you with anything?
Yeah, I'm here for the minivan sale.
Oh, that's actually just a bait and switch ad that we use to get you here to buy a more expensive vehicle.
What?
I can get you a low monthly payment with hidden fees, to exploit your ignorance. Or I could undervalue your trade-in. Let's go get that paperwork started. I've got a terrible deal for you.
Don't you wish false ads and scams were this easy to spot? Test your advertising IQ. Go to bbbadtruth.org.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. If you're noticing symptoms from someone you love about their hearing loss, it may be time to recommend Miracle Ear. Maybe time to turn to Miracle Ear. Lisa Terry is a hearing specialist locally, and she is a specialist when it comes to that, and she loves her patients. The patients love her, and she has a real desire to help you if you think you might have a hearing loss. Now, she never puts any pressure on anybody, never force you into something you don't need or don't want, but there is a free hearing test that would be great for you to go to. Call Lisa and let her do a free hearing test and see what's best for you. If you do feel like you need a hearing instrument, they make them so small anymore you hardly know they're there, but boy, can you hear what's going on. Hear that grandson call you, hear that someone whisper something special in your ear. Remember, a hearing loss is more noticeable than a hearing instrument. Call Lisa today at Miracle Ear at 447-7716. That's 447-7716.
The year was 1874. Jesse James was a well-known outlaw. He had been robbing banks since 1866, and recently he added trains to his list. But all of the robbing and running didn't handicap Jesse in the field of romance. And on April 24th, he got married. And so did his first cousin. As a matter of fact, they got married to each other. The romance started back in 1865 when, following the Civil War, Southern regulars and irregulars were required to surrender to Union troops. Jesse and his irregulars agreed to meet under a white flag to discuss surrender terms. The irregulars were given a week to decide about surrendering. As they were leaving, another group of Union soldiers entered the town and they opened fire. Jesse was seriously injured in the right lung. He was taken to the home of his parents to die. The daughter of Jesse's father's brother, who incidentally was named Zerelda after Jesse's mother, was determined not to let him die. From August until late October, she was constantly by Jesse's side. A romance sprang up, and Jesse and Zerelda agreed to get married. Jesse's parents didn't like the idea. This, along with the obligations of being a gang leader, resulted in their having a 6-year courtship. Jesse, being a temperate, Bible-quoting man, wanted to have a traditional marriage with family, friends, and minister. But because the Pinkertons were after him, it had to be done quietly. The next time we're together, we'll get Jesse married. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Cloudy, rainy conditions throughout today. Matter of fact, all this week we'll have some rain coming our way and flood watch in effect. 60 minutes after 7 right now. Let's head to the phones and talk with Corporal Green with the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department and find out what's been happening over the weekend. Good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. Tell us what's been going on.
In the past 48 hours, Sheriff's Office has responded to 282 calls. We've made 17 arrests, and we currently have 182 in jail. On the incident reports, we have a Harold Lee Carfee of 605 Harris Henrietta Road, reported injury to personal property. Looks like the glass on his Chevrolet truck, damage to a golf cart and to his yard. We also have a Kathy Ann Thompson of 780 Withrow Road, also reported damage to personal property. Looks like somebody keyed her vehicle and slashed her tires. On the arrest reports, we got a Julie Marie Yant of 178 Zion Road in Rutherford. She's a white female. She was arrested for failing to appear on a felony. She received a $15,000 secure bond. We have Olive Franklin Hines, black male from 617 U.S. 74 Business in Ellenboro, was arrested for second-degree trespass. He got a written promise to appear. Tyler David Galtany, Black Mountain, white male. He was arrested for a warrant for communicating threats. He had no bond at the time of that arrest. Rhonda Renee Tilley, 639 U.S. 74 Business in Ellenboro, was arrested for second-degree trespass. She also got a written promise. Ronnie Dale Pearson, Pines Road, Mooresboro, white male, was arrested for driving while license revoked. He received a $2,000 secure bond. Dustin Foster Garrett of Gaffney, South Carolina, was arrested for possession with intent to sell and deliver Schedule II and possession of Schedule II controlled substance. He received a $2,000 secure bond. David Clark Jr. of Good Road in Mooresboro, white male, was arrested for misdemeanor child abuse. He was given a $2,500 secure bond. Christina Nicole Byers of 301 Leonard Lane in Ellenboro, white female, was arrested for felony accessory after the fact and possession of stolen goods. She was given a $10,000 secure bond. Kenneth Bruce Harris of 151 Debbie Lane, white male, was arrested for misdemeanor possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance, driving while license revoked, operating a vehicle with no insurance, using a foreign license while driving while license revoked, and a fictitious tag. He was given a $3,000 secure bond. Teresa Anna Odell of Wynn Road in Mooresboro, white female, was arrested for failing to appear on a felony and failure to comply. She was given a $2,000 secure bond. Jason Heath Taylor of 161 Delta Street, white male, was arrested for breaking and entering into a motor vehicle, misdemeanor larceny. He was given a $2,000 secure bond, and that's all I have for you, sir.
Corporal Green, I appreciate that report very much. You be safe out there today.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. A lot of things happened over the weekend in the world of crime fighting. We appreciate the reports each morning. 20 minutes now past 7.
It's time for you to test drive the affordable, fuel-efficient Ford Fusion from Sisk Family Ford in Forest City. Family-owned Sisk Ford can put you into the car you want with a payment plan you can appreciate. If it's a truck you want, get the Ford truck that's breaking records in sales. Ask about why the sales department is being bragged on with each and every sale that they make. They love your business at Sisk Family Ford, and it shows. New and used automobiles and an award-winning service department makes Sisk Family Ford the choice for so many. Step up to Ford today. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Let's check in now with Candy from the Communications Center and get the report from the weekend. Candy, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. Doing good.
Good, thanks. Tell us what's on your report.
In the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center has processed 775 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 48 for EMS, 26 for rescue. For the Sheriff's Office, they had 282. Forest City had 111. Lake Lure had 23. Rutherford had 46. And Spindle had 100. Our fire calls, Fawcett responded to a motor vehicle accident. Cherry Mountain to 2 motor vehicle accidents. Ellenburg to a woods fire, Green Hill to a motor vehicle accident, Cliffside to a structure fire assisted by Ellenburg and Sandy Mush, Rutherford to an electrical fire, also a structure fire assisted by Spindale. That's all we had.
Thanks, Candy. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. You can come and get your propane tanks filled. They got plenty of propane at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. You know what else? They are now the authorized dealer for Mantis Tillers and authorized dealer for the Mary Tillers. They have those in stock right now. And while you're there, be sure to register to win one of those Mary Tillers. They've got them, and you'll be glad to have one of your own. Check out the offer to delivery process they've got going over there. If you have a lot of things coming your way and you don't have a way to bring it in, call them about delivering it to you. They'll take care of that. Mulch available by the bag or by the scoop. They're the authorized dealer for Greenworks, commercial. A lot of things going on at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies you can be a part of and reap the benefits from knowing folks like George and his team at Farmer's Friend. They're right here on Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton. Ruby Taylor is reporting out of Danieltown this morning with the report. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Jean Morrow, Thelma Toms, Margie Husky, Susan Collins, and Terry Parton having birthdays, and Mr. and Miss Bill Mays is having an anniversary. Hope all these people have a nice day, and the signs are in the heart, and going to the baths tomorrow. And Jim, that's all I got.
Thanks very much, Ruby. Have a good day now.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
You have been hearing from the national accusers, now hear from those being accused. No one else is reporting their side of the story. Now you could hear the other side. Each morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here at 8:30, you can hear members of the Word of Faith Fellowship tell their side of the story. Interesting and provocative. Listen in this morning at 8:30. program is an ongoing series paid for by Word of Faith Fellowship. The views expressed on the program are not necessarily the views of the management and staff, but it's your opportunity to hear their side of the story. 8:30 this morning. Let's go up to Rumling Ball this morning. Steve, I wish it rained a little bit, don't you?
I'll tell you what. I think we're going to see plenty of it, and everything looks green and pretty this morning.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so we're real fortunate to get this nice, beautiful weather for Monday. It's supposed to be apropos here for a Monday morning, and it's okay. I'm okay with it.
I believe it might be washing some of the pollen away. I'm sure hoping so.
Oh, me too. Saturday, our garden club got together for our big garden plant, and this is going to be good for it. We got a nice little arrangement out here of different things that we're planning a little bit to go, but an excellent start, a lot of participation, and those listening here, we appreciate your attendance. There were a lot of folks that showed up and did their part to make this place look a little better.
Good.
So a lot of contributions made in numerous ways, so we're real happy with that.
I admire all the folks who have green thumbs. I wish I did.
There you go. I try to learn from them every day.
Yeah.
We have an employee here who started in 1984, and he will be retiring this Friday.
Oh.
Mike Neziarka. He works the second watch. Maybe a lot of you don't know him that maybe are familiar with Rumling Ball, but maybe many of you do. He has been a very good employee for all those years, and I've certainly enjoyed having his experience and knowledge. He's my assistant, actually.
Yeah.
So we hate to see him go, but he's ready to move on.
Well, at least put a lot of good years in, hasn't he?
He has, and I looked at it, and I was thinking, what was I doing in 1984? And when I started thinking about that, I said, wow.
Yeah.
So I can understand why he would want to retire and move on, and maybe he'll come back with us one day and do a little part-time work. But for now, he's gearing up, and this Thursday we'll be saying bye to him. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, congratulations to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. We're happy for him. We got a few other employees here, probably approaching that milestone. So we'll see who will be next. But anyway, this weekend, I understand it wasn't. There were no issues except I think somebody accidentally burned themselves with some coffee, spilled some coffee on themselves. That was the biggest incident that we had over the weekend. So if that's the case, I think we're okay. So other than that, we're going to move on and just see what this week brings us.
Okay.
I'm looking at this beautiful garden out here that was planted, and I'm real happy to see where this is going to go because it got an excellent start. I'm real excited about it.
Good.
So.
All right, well, you have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, Jim.
See you, Steve. Bye-bye. Well, it's time to get away from that home-cooked food, I guess, and go to a place like Gregory's, and you'll feel like you're at home again. Gregory serves up the perfectly cooked meals. Every time, whatever you order from the menu, you'll be pleased with it, including those delicious burgers. Big burgers, boy, they're delicious. Pasta plates, grinders, steak, that spaghetti plate for the lunch, quick lunch is a great deal. You'll be hooked on Gregory's once you give them a try a couple of times. They're Rutherford County's favorite. People recommend them all the time. Come by to see them there in the Park Lane Plaza. They're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 9, Saturdays, 4 to 9. And if you choose Gregory's today for lunch or dinner, you'll walk away feeling good about that decision for lunch. That's Gregory's.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Now, Bob Hodge is up next. He's up in the Hudlow Volunteer Fire District looking over things for us. Bob, how you doing this morning?
Oh, done just fine on this damp, rainy morning.
Boy, it looks like it could break loose any moment, doesn't it?
Yes, it's going to be a good day for ducks to get out this morning.
I think you're right.
If you got web feet, you'll be all right.
You'll feel right at home today.
That's right. But like you say, like it's going to be a rainy day, and talk like that wind might get up later on today. So if we do, we'll probably have to watch out for some trees maybe falling down or something there. So
I guess we're getting those April showers that we're supposed to be getting in April, I guess, huh?
yeah, we're still getting them March winds with it, though.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Well, April's about gone, though, so
Yes, sir.
soon it's going to be May here. We got that Mayfest coming up, ain't about the first Saturday in May there.
A week from Saturday, that's right.
That's somewhere around the 4th or something there, around the May there, so.
May 5th, and I hope the weather's going to be nice for that.
Yeah, maybe it'd be getting more a little warmer and better weather by that time. Jim, up here over the weekend with the fire department, it's been pretty quiet up in their territory here. We answered a few medical calls, hadn't had any bad wrecks or fires or anything, so that's good.
That's good.
They just stay pretty quiet with us up here. And Jim, I hope you have a good day and you just stay dry and don't get that curly hair wet.
It'll kink up, won't it?
That's right.
Bob, you have a great day as well. I'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bob Hodge reporting in this morning from Hudlow Volunteer Fire District, 33 minutes after 7, and we have 53 degrees in cloudy skies. And as I mentioned, looked like it could tear loose any minute now with a gully washer. Well, when you look for carpet, where do you go to? A plumbing store? A hardware store? No, the wise shoppers go to a place like Southern Carpet because they know from the years of experience you'll find a great inventory, plus you'll find quality material, plus people who know what they're doing and understand carpeting and floor covering. That's why Southern Carpet's name comes up so often with people. Where do you get your carpet? Southern Carpet, of course. They have things like Armstrong vinyl, ceramic tile, Appalachian hardwood, Tarkett flooring, Bruce hardwood, beautiful carpet. You'll find what you're looking for if you'll shop Southern Carpet. Long-lasting tradition of quality. Nothing compares to their personalized in-store attention. You'll find them at 1512 West Main Street in Forest City. Phone number is 245-0310. So when you start thinking about carpet, Southern Carpet should pop up in your mind. More than 1 million Americans have heart attacks each year. And if you are a loved one who experiences symptoms of a heart attack, every second matters. That's why the emergency department at Rutherford Regional Health System is a chest pain accredited facility. What does that mean to you? It means quality care here at home that could save precious seconds when treating the symptoms of heart attacks. To learn more about Rutherford Regional and its commitment to safe quality care, visit myrutherfordregional.com. Well, we have a Braves game this evening, 23rd. It's Braves and the Reds. Will be joining that pregame following News 13 at 6, and they have a series out with the Reds. Yesterday's game, as I mentioned, was rained out, postponed, and they'll reschedule that as part of the daylight doubleheader on Monday, May 28th. Right now, though, we're going over to Cherry Mountain Fire District and talk with Sue Price to get the news from over there. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How you feeling, better?
I feel a little better this morning.
Good.
I told Todd I'd try to get through this without coughing.
Good. Well, I hope you can.
Yeah, man took me to urgent care Friday. He said I had bronchitis.
Oh, no.
Kind of hard to shake. But anyway, I feel a little better this morning. And I started out about 56 degrees, so it's warm out there and raining. And, of going to be a rainy week, looks like, but that'll be okay. And I think all the fire department had was wreck calls. Don't have a single birthday or anniversary today on my calendar, so nobody celebrating that I know of, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a good day and enjoy the rainy birthday. And I don't have any announcements. Hadn't had anything come in. I think the rabies clinic turned out well Saturday, so that was good. And I guess that's about all I got, Jim. It's just quiet over here, calm, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks, Sue. You keep getting better now.
I'm trying.
See you.
Bye.
That's Sue Price reporting in this morning. As difficult as that might have been, we appreciate her. 7:35 here on this Monday morning, and we'll get to the next phone call here in just a moment. Right now, let me tell you about our good friends up at Ellenberg's Garage. Now, you talk about the state of the art. Well, let me tell you, Jimmy Ellenberg at Ellenberg's Garage in Gilkey has a new state-of-the-art four-wheel alignment machine. If your car has a shaking, shimmying problem going on, well, take it up to the pros at Ellenberg's Garage. You'll be back on the road in no time with a smoother ride, no more shaking and moving. All size cars and trucks. It's time you got something done before you get traveling for this spring and summer. It's the newest one out there. Ellenberg's Garage can get you ready for hot weather driving with air conditioning repair. If you got bum tires, you need to do something about those. They got tires, new tires. They'll flush out that transmission. It's all at your one-stop, locally owned and locally run Ellenberg's Garage. 110 Lowing Mill Road across from the old Gilkey School. Here's the phone number to give them a call. Write this number down so you have it close by. 287-7996. 287-7996. That is Ellenberg's Garage. Now let me tell you about somebody else. Not too far from us, and we're proud to talk about them. That's Washburn Store. I was talking to somebody over the weekend. I said, do you ever get over to Washburn Store? And she said, oh, yes, as often as I can. And they started talking about the friendly folks over there. And let me tell you, they can always help you out with what you're looking for in terms of bologna. Some folks call it bologna. We call it bologna around here. They got rolled bologna, Wisconsin June hoop cheese, rock candy, horehound candy. They have a great selection of garden seeds, fescue, creepy red, and regular. They also have seed potatoes, onion sets, Pointer brand overalls. If they don't have your size, it'll surprise me, but if they don't have your size, they can order it for you. Get it here in no time. Pints and quarts of honey and molasses. My, what a place. Washburn Store between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. Our next stop now, whistle stop, Union Mills. Here's the Cali Report with Miss Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this rainy Monday morning?
I'll tell you right now, it's been one of those rainy Mondays, hasn't it?
I'm telling you. It just seems like we've had an awful lot of rain, but according to the news broadcast and stuff, we're a little bit behind.
Yeah, we are a little bit behind still, but this week, maybe we can make it up this week, because if it rains every day like they say, 100% chance today and 100% chance tonight, 90% tomorrow, and 60% tomorrow night, we should be getting a lot of that rain that we've been short of.
There you go.
I don't know.
Have to be careful with the flooding. Aren't we under a flood watch?
We are until tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
That just means the conditions are right.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's right by looking at the sky.
Well, I know it. Looking out the front door, it looks really dark out there.
Yeah, it does, yeah. But that's all right. It's still a good day. We're up and about and alive and able to complain, so that's good.
That's exactly right. When we can do that, we're in good shape.
That's right. There's a lot of people can't do that and would love to be able to just to get up out of the bed.
Do you ever sit on your porch and watch it rain?
Yeah. I used to sit on my Granny Lizzie's front porch down on Nebraska Street in Spindale, and I'd sit in the swing, and there was a street light right out there at the corner of her yard, and that rain coming down, you'd look up at that street light, and it looked like diamonds are sparkling.
Yeah. When it's not blowing, I love to sit on the porch and watch it rain, listen to it rain. It's kind of relaxing, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't like the thunder. The thunder I don't mind, but the lightning I don't like. But now Donald and Little David both love when it's lightning to sit out on the porch and not just scare me to death. I just tell, I say, get in this house. Crazy people, you're just asking God to strike you dead. But that's what they do.
It can get you wherever you are.
Yeah, but Little David still does that.
Yeah.
But we hope everybody's having a good day. I've got 50 degrees on the front porch. I've just had 1/10 of an inch of rain so far. It wasn't raining at 4 o'clock this morning, but I laid back down, was reading a book, and I got back up about 6, and it was raining pretty good by then. So we're going to get a lot more. And birthdays today, I've got Sean Keeter and David McIntyre. I don't have anything on round here, so we hope these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, Union Mills Learning Center on Hudlow Road in Union Mills, Friday, May the 4th, at 7 p.m., Bluegrass Tradition, meal beginning at 6 p.m. with vegetable plate with dessert and drink. Music begins at 7 p.m., and they have a tip jar available for the band. Then we got a country breakfast buffet Saturday, April the 28th, 7 to 10 a.m. This is at the White House Community Center on Painters Gap Road in Union Mills. Adults $6, children 6 to 12, $3, under 6 free, and they've got all kind of good food. And get your tickets for our prime rib dinner Saturday, May the 19th. That's $13.50 adult. They're going to have a live band. Tickets must be purchased in advance at Bills Creek Hardware, Cove Corner Store, and Specialty Outdoors. You can rent their building for family functions for $50 to $75 per day if you'll contact Maria Durkee at 828-288-6271 or Lewis Gordon at 828-545-7161. And then the ladies of class of 1962 is going to have a Dutch treat dinner at Don's Italian Restaurant on Oakland Road in Spindale, Thursday, April the 26th at 11:30. The buffet is $7.99 with salad and beverage. You may also order from the menu. And then, I guess that's got me covered for now. So.
All righty.
I got some more, but they can wait till another time. It's just announced now and then. I'm trying to get everything announced because after this week, I'll be gone all next week.
That's right. Next week's your week to
go to D.C. and try to straighten them out.
Yeah, go to Washington, D.C. Well,
and tell your friends hello.
Yeah, I'll send you a couple of messages up there, folks I need to contact.
Okay.
Well, you have a great...
I still think you ought to run for president or vice president with Bob Hodge.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm president of the Chamber of Commerce right now. That's about as far as I'm going.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, well, that's a good job.
Oh, goodness.
But you have a good day.
You have a great day as well, and stay dry, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Catch you later.
Right, bye. That's Brenda Kelly reporting out of Union Mills this morning, 42 minutes past 7, cloudy skies.
Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
The final day is drawing down for you to nominate your secretary boss, your administrative assistant. Nominate her for the WCAB Secretary of the Day promotion. We'll be doing the drawing tomorrow morning, and we want you to get her name into us any number of ways. You can fax it over to us at 287-7182, or you can email it directly to my email address at jimbishop@nctv.com, or you can run it by here. Need the name and telephone number and the company that she works for, and they'll be in the drawing tomorrow morning, and we'd love to have your secretary's name included. So if you have not yet done that, we're running out of time. Tomorrow morning will be the last time we can accept anything before 8:30 tomorrow morning. So get that into us. Again, we'll do that. We have a lot of great prizes lined up for the top 10. We'll be selecting 10 people with a lot of gifts for them, flowers and all kinds of gifts. And one of them is going to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Atlanta Braves game. And we'll have lunch together tomorrow on Friday. So do that, bosses, and get that into us right away. And also tomorrow morning we start our interviews with the district attorneys. Tomorrow morning, scheduled to be on with us tomorrow morning is Garland Byers. He'll be our first candidate running for DA. He'll be with us tomorrow morning here at about 10 minutes after 8, starting tomorrow. All right, now let's head toward Ellenboro. And we have Luther Gilligan on the phone right now to give us the news from there. Good morning, Luther. Luther, good morning. Luther, good morning.
Good morning to you. Hope you're having a good day.
I'm having a great day. Hope you're having a great day.
Hey, I'm going to have a great time. It's Monday morning. We get to go back to work.
Yeah, man. Even in the rain.
Play in the mud.
Even in the rain today. You should have plenty of mud today.
Yeah. I'll be working in the rain. But it's a good day. We had a good weekend. It was a pretty weekend. See, the part of the problem, they had 11 calls. They had 8 medical calls. 1 accident, 1 wood fire, but it turned out to be a controlled burn and went down to help Cliffside on a structure fire down there. But they're quiet this morning. That's going on with them this morning. But my advice, the blood bill is going to be down here next Monday from 3 to 8 down here at the fire department. So everybody's invited on down there. And then the next Saturday after that, the first Saturday in May, they're going to be having town-wide yard sale down here. Set up in their yard. You don't want to set up your own yard. Come out of the Depot Street, set up out there. The Women's Club is sponsoring that. They'll be set up there next to the Depot with biscuit breakfast and brownies and cookies and cakes and drinks and coffee and all that stuff. Everyone invited, just come on out and have a yard sale there and look, see what everybody else has. You may find just what you've been looking for all your life. You may find one rare bargains out there. Make you rich. But they won't wish happy birthday today. Tim Callahan's having one, and Patty Pollock's having one, and also Teresa Lovelace is having one, and Holly and Kevin Bailey, they're having the wedding anniversary, and Mike and Debbie Hicks is having one. So we hope these people have a great day and enjoy their day. Nothing else going on, Jim? You have a great day there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks very much, Luther. I'll see you then. So long.
Take care now.
Birthdays and anniversaries up next at 287-3356 on this 23rd day of April. So if you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, call us now and we'll put you in the drawing for some delicious daylight donuts from Granny B's. 287-3356 is the phone number for birthdays and anniversaries. Now, if your name's on the company, you know you want to do it right. You don't want to do anything to interrupt that family name. That's what Hutchins Pest Control does. They do it right. Honest, dependable, and on-time service. They appreciate the confidence you've placed them over the years. They promise to continue being the best they can be in the pest control business. Honest, dependable, and on time. Call them at 287-5171. 287-5171. Get a free estimate whenever you call. You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Good morning to you from the drop-in food stores around the county, where every morning's a special day. Great getting up morning at the drop-in will bring you a good special. April biscuit special includes sausage and egg biscuit for only $1.99. You can get some of that S&D coffee for only 99 cents, and that'll top that breakfast off. Or if you get another drink, you can enjoy that as well. 2-liter Pepsi, $1.59, or 3 for $3. If you're cooking out and need more propane, well, the drop-in has it available 7 days a week at all locations. Try the new flavored Sour Patch Red Berry Milkshake during that hot weather, too. Old milkshakes are only $2.98. Those for real milkshakes, just watch that being made as you make it yourself. And remember, veterans get 10% off all day, every day. Drop-in food store in Deli, Major League's Deli, or Rutherford County Veteran Service only platinum sponsor. We appreciate them appreciating the veterans. So drop-in is your hometown convenience store since 1981. So come on. Drop in. Well, I'm glad to have a company like Henson Building Material. Let me tell you the experience I had with them over the weekend. Went over there Saturday. I know they close early on Saturday. I went over there. It was almost closing time. to get some things that I needed for the house. And David Allen came out. He doesn't even work in the department where I was looking, but he came over to help me. They were getting ready to close, and he walked over that store with me till I found what I was looking for, went to the back with me. That's the kind of personal service that I like to get when I go to a company. Even though they were getting ready to close, they took the time out to help me find what I was looking for. And I appreciate that kind of service. You'll get that same kind of service, too, every time you shop Henson Building Materials. One of the many things that makes them stand out is their customer service. They have somebody that will be helping you, help you find what you're looking for, help answer any questions you might have. So get that kind of personal service, plus a wide inventory of a lot of things that you need. Go see our own Henson Building Materials right here on Duke Street. Everything you need from a screwdriver to duct tape. They're more than just a lumber yard. Henson Building Material. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to, let's see who's on the calendar here this morning. Sean Keeter and David McIntyre celebrating a birthday today, along with Thelma Toms over in the Oakland community having a birthday today as well. So we'll find out who's going to win the Daylight Donuts in just a moment.
A man from Michigan wanted to help remove a tree stump from the yard of a friend. He decided to use a few sticks of dynamite that he had stored away in his house. First he tried 6 sticks of the explosive, but that didn't do the job. Next he tried 9 sticks. That did the trick. It turned the stump into an airborne missile that traveled 163 feet downrange before crashing through a neighbor's roof. The stump opened up a 3-foot hole in his roof, split the rafters, and ended up in his dining room. Have you ever seen yourself acting like the dynamite user? Have you used too much explosive power to try and solve a situation? When we resort to out-of-control anger, we usually end up like the man in our story, doing more damage than ever expected. Anger, like dynamite, is explosive. Unless it is handled with wisdom and self-control, it can do great damage. Aristotle made this wise observation: anybody can become angry. That is easy. But to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right time, for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not easy. The Bible gives good guidelines when it says, "In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry." This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living. Scripts for these programs are sold in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
Congratulations to Thelma Toms of Oakland Community. She's won the Daylight Donuts this morning. Thelma, we'll have a certificate over here for you. Stop by and pick that up and take it over to Granny B's and enjoy. Now, coming up next hour, we'll have that job market report with Terry Thomas, find out where some jobs are in the area. Then at 8:30 this morning, Word of Faith speaks out right here live in our studio.
I'm sorry for the things I've done. I know that I'm the foolish one. Now that I see who's to blame, I'm so ashamed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the things I've said. Just like a child, I lost my head. I should have known from the start I'd break your heart. I'm sorry. Please be kind, and I know you'll find It's so easy to forgive. Darling, wait, for it's not too late. Give our love a chance.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. Nashville, Tennessee schools are opening under tight security today as a gunman who killed 4 people at a Waffle House restaurant remains on the run. Police identify the suspect as 29-year-old Travis Reinken from Illinois. CBS News correspondent Mark Strassman is in Nashville with the latest on the search.
Within a mile of this Waffle House, police say the gunman was naked, on foot, heading to his apartment where he put on a pair of pants and disappeared. What's especially worrisome to them, they believe he still has a hunting rifle and a handgun.
Greensboro city officials provided several updates regarding the tornado recovery process at a news conference on Sunday afternoon. Mayor Nancy Vaughn tells WXII News.
As concerns happen, I would ask the people to reach out to us, and certainly we'll address them as they come. It is our pledge that we are going to rebuild this neighborhood back than it was last week.
More than 100 retired generals and admirals have sent a letter to lawmakers expressing concern about the nomination of Gina Haspel to be CIA director. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick has that from the Pentagon.
The letter expresses concern about Haspel's past involvement in detention centers and interrogation, and the retired officers say they do not accept the excuse that Haspel was just following orders. The CIA claims she was cleared of involvement in the destruction of videos showing terror suspects being waterboarded, but her nomination still faces some tough opposition.
Governor Roy Cooper and his administration's top lieutenants are taking a road trip to western North Carolina today. Cooper and most of his cabinet members are holding a string of events today in the mountains to highlight issues ranging from opioid abuse and domestic violence to economic development and the environment. Cape Carteret police say one person was killed in a motorcycle accident Sunday. It happened on Highway 24. The victim is identified as 56-year-old Dennis Williams of South Carolina. You're listening to NCN News.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to the Piedmont Triad. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradeStateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, and Lowe's Foods. For more information, visit PoweradeStateGames.org.
Feel the raw power of 40,000 horsepower. Hear the engines scream. The NGK Sparkplugs NHRA 4-Wide Nationals returns to ZMAX Dragway this Friday through Sunday. 4 lanes, 4 wide. See it, hear it, feel it. Every ticket's a pit pass, and 13 and under get in free. The NGK Sparkplugs NHRA 4-Wide Nationals. For tickets, call 800-455-FANS.
Students have demanded stricter gun laws since February's fatal shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida last night. North Carolina lawmakers asked Triangle teens about possible solutions during a reverse town hall meeting hosted by the nonpartisan student-run UNC Institute of Politics at UNC Chapel Hill. House Republican John Torbert from Gaston County posed the first question of the night.
Are current North Carolina laws stern enough, stiff enough, to provide an adequate deterrent against illegal use of a firearm?
Overseas, the baby watch is almost over for Britain's royal family. CBS's Vicky Barker's in London.
William and Kate slipped into the maternity wing of St. Mary's Hospital around dawn, eluding the media and well-wishers. The crowd has grown steadily in the hours and hours since the palace confirmed the Duchess of Cambridge has gone into labor.
For some reason, I think people are just assuming because it's a third baby that it's going to be quick. It doesn't necessarily work out like that. As a mother of 3, I can tell you that they all come in their own time.
Camilla Tominey of Britain's Daily Express. The new baby will be 5th in line to the British throne behind 2-year-old Princess Charlotte and 4-year-old Prince George. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
A man has been arrested in the death of a woman whose body was found in a motel in North Carolina. Raleigh police say 35-year-old Mark Bridgecoff was arrested this morning and charged with murder. The sole surviving suspect of the 2015 Paris terror attacks has been found guilty of attempted terrorist murder in Belgium. The Belgian case revolves around the shootout police say Salah al-Salam was involved in before his eventual capture. Terry Schultz has more.
In convicting Salah Abdeslam of attempted terrorist murder, the Belgian judge didn't buy the defense's attempt to portray him as too stupid to be a key player share in any terror plot. Abdeslam's attorney has literally called him dumb as an ashtray. The judge said Abdeslam was obviously heavily armed and ready to kill police officers, and that he was clearly supported by the terror cell active.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. 4 dead in a shooting at a Tennessee Waffle House restaurant, but it could have been a lot worse. James Shaw Jr., the man who confronted the gunman, spoke this morning to ABC News.
I ran through the door at full speed, hit him with the door, and took the gun and threw it over the bar, and then I took him and myself outside the restaurant.
Police have identified the attacker as Travis Reinking from Tazewell County, Illinois, near Peoria. More from ABC's Ariel Reshev outside the Waffle House in Antioch, Tennessee.
The suspect was well known to authorities. He had a history of mental illness and run-ins with the law. Many concerned about how he was able to slip through the cracks as authorities here go house to house, warning residents to be on alert.
Watching and waiting in London for the next member of the royal family. The Duchess of Cambridge is in labor right now. ABC's James Longman at St. Mary's Hospital says there's no word yet on the birth of the baby.
When she does, a notice will be put up outside Buckingham Palace, as is tradition. That will announce the sex and the weight of the baby, but no names yet. We'll all be kept guessing for a few more days for that. There'll also be an announcement on Twitter, and then Kate and William will come down on the steps here, as they did with Prince George and Princess Charlotte.
President Trump welcomes the president of France to Washington today, but ABC's Karen Travers says the big ceremonies begin tomorrow.
The state visit will include a grand welcome ceremony Tuesday on the White House South Lawn, featuring honor guards and marching bands. President Trump and President Macron are scheduled that day to hold formal policy meetings and a joint news conference. Syria will be a big issue on the agenda, as well as the Iran nuclear deal and trade.
The Senate Foreign Relations Committee will be voting today on the president's nominee to become the next Secretary of State. Several members of both parties on the committee, however, say they plan to vote against Mike Pompeo's confirmation. Southwest Airlines canceling dozens of flights today for emergency engine explosions are being done after last week's deadly explosion. You're listening to ABC News.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000? Do you have tax problems? Pick up your mobile phone and dial **1234 on your keypad. This is attorney John Buckmiller, founder of Attorneys Tax Relief. We have experts that know how to help you out of the mess with the IRS. We can help stop wage garnishment, levies, and harassment. Get out of debt and settle with the IRS. Remember, it's as easy as *1234. Don't wait any longer. Dial *1234. That's *1234 on your mobile phone now.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
The data scientist hired by Cambridge Analytica to pull data on millions of people on Facebook is pushing back against the idea that he helped steal any of the information. Alexander Kogan spoke to ABC News.
The idea that this was a hack is flat out wrong. It's like, imagine a warehouse. We didn't break in. We went on Amazon and ordered the data, and they delivered it to us.
He has been invited to testify before Congress about all of it. Things are looking better for job hunters across the country.
Looking for a job? There's a good chance you'll be hired and get paid what you want. So says the National Association for Business Economics' latest Business Conditions Survey.
This time, the largest number of firms in the history of the survey reported rising wages on net.
NABE's Ken Simonson says if you run a business, though, you'll probably pay more for materials. And this is one reason why.
Tariffs that have been put on Canadian lumber, on steel and aluminum from a variety of countries, and the threat of more tariffs.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
More testimony today in the retrial of Bill Cosby on sexual assault charges. Cosby's lawyers plan to make the case that he was never at his suburban Philadelphia home at the time his accuser, Andrea Constand, says she was attacked. And this just in from Buckingham Palace, the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, has given birth to a baby boy. They haven't said the age or weight yet of the baby, but again, it is a son for the royal family. This is ABC News.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? The IRS has special programs in place that can eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to ATA, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call ATA to see if you qualify. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055. 800-805-1055.
I'm Sherry Preston.
North Carolina Tractor Supply, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Rutherfordton, has some really great ideas this year. This could be the year for you to get that Massey Ferguson you've been wanting. Stop by today and see what Massey Ferguson and Phil Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply have for you. Check to see if you qualify for 0% financing. Today could be your day at North Carolina Tractor Supply, Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
Grab the rain gear as you head out this morning. Rain is likely, especially later this afternoon, tonight, and for the day Tuesday. Some of the rain during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow will be heavy. The high today in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tonight will be cloudy with rain likely, the low in the low to mid 50s. And then Tuesday, rain is likely, perhaps even a thunderstorm that could be strong. The high temperature in the mid 60s to low 70s. Still can't rule out some showers on Wednesday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
We're getting rain right here at WCAB right now. And with 53 degrees, warming up to about 55, not too far to go before we reach our expected high today. Dropping back to our low, which we are at right now, 53 degrees. Rain today, tonight, 100% chance, some heavy rainfall, and that flood watch is in effect until tomorrow. Now, the rain's going to start diminishing off throughout the week, and by Friday, only a 30% chance. Friday night, 20%, and Saturday only 20%, and mostly clear Saturday night and Sunday of this coming week. So not a bad week. Rain's going to be a prevalent part of our routine this week, so be prepared for that as you go out and about. Flash flood watch only because the conditions are such, and we'll see how much. It depends on as that storm moves across, as that front moves across, how slow it moves, and if it hangs around for a while, flooding conditions may occur, but if it moves on through, then it probably will not flood. Right now, again, 53 degrees. Congratulations to Thelma Toms of Oakland. Thelma Toms of Oakland won the Daylight Donuts this morning from random drawing. I know I'm relieved the Royal Baby is here, folks. I just heard them say on ABC, new Royal Baby has arrived. They're in Royal Kingdom. So that's the third. Is that the third boy, a third or fourth boy? So that line of heritage continues in that family, a royal family. So it's what is that? He makes him the fifth line down. I can't keep up with all that royal lineage stuff, but congratulations to the mom. I understand she's doing well. Baby's doing well as best we can understand. Well, it's Monday morning, and it is the 23rd day of April, and you have Terry Thomas on the phone right now to give us an update on where some jobs are in our market. Terry, good morning. How are you doing?
Just fine, and you?
Doing great, thanks. Tell us about the jobs.
Okay. We're going to start in the Forest City area. We have assistant building engineer for a data center. This will be working in maintenance. You must have 2 years of maintenance experience and a high school diploma or GED, and the pay depends upon experience. We have two sales support positions. One is full-time and one is part-time. You must have a high school diploma and or GED, and this job pays from $10 to $15 an hour, depending upon experience. Also in the Forest City area, we have a mobile sales associate position. This job requires a high school diploma and at least 1 year experience in sales. This job pays from $17,000 to $19,000 a year plus commission. We also have a sales and service representative position for a bank. This job does require 2 years of customer service or sales experience and a high school diploma or GED, and the pay depends upon experience. We have a senior service technician position for a cable internet company. This job pays up to $13 an hour, depending upon experience. You must have 1 year experience and a high school diploma or GED. We have a gutter installer for the Forest City area. This job requires a high school diploma and or GED, and you must have a driver's license. This job pays anywhere from $8 to $20 an hour, depending upon experience. We have an assembly line worker position for the Forest City area. This job pays $8.74 an hour, and it does not require any experience. We also have a housing program specialist position. They do have a full-time and a part-time position. Pay depends upon experience, and you must have a high school diploma or GED. And we have a program housing inspector position for the Rutherfordton area. This job requires a high school diploma or GED, and pay depends upon experience. We have various certified nursing assistant positions, personal care aides, and RN positions throughout the county. And over in the Columbus area, we have a production worker that requires a high school diploma and at least 6 months of production experience, and the pay depends upon experience. And these are just a few of the jobs that we have available at the Rutherford County NC Works Career Center. We are located at 223 Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. For more information or these or other positions, you can call us at 286-3042, or you can go on our website at www.ncworks.gov.
Terry, thank you so very much for that report. I hope folks will grab those jobs and go to work.
It's my pleasure bringing these jobs to their attention.
See you next week. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Terry Thomas with the Job Market Report. 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. Congratulations to Thelma Toms of Oakland Community. She won the Daylight Donuts this morning. Congratulations to her. I've got some news from here and there and comments coming up right after this.
Fellow citizens, let's support our sheriff of 7+ years for re-election May 8th. Candidates that talk the talk have to walk the walk, and Sheriff Chris Francis has clearly done the walk. For accountability and proficiency, Sheriff Francis assigned professionals to supervise each division. This, along with training, changing to straight shifts, and upgrading of uniforms for better mobility, has increased arrest and lowered the crime rate. He increased the 1K9 unit to 4 and initiated a program in the jail to fight opioid addiction. Because Sheriff Francis cares, he lectures on various crimes such as scams on the seniors, domestic terrorists in churches, and how to safely store and dispose prescription drugs. His leadership and management skills were best described by a highly respected law enforcement professional who said that Sheriff Chris Francis is, without a doubt, the most dedicated, aggressive, crime-suppressing sheriff Rutherford County has had in the last 30 years. Vote for Sheriff Chris Francis, the one with proven experience. Paid for by committee to elect Sheriff Chris Francis.
Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Again, that's 287-3338. 13 minutes after 8 o'clock, Rutherford County has introduced e-recording for constituents from the Register of Deeds. Rutherford County Register of Deeds Rachel Thomas is now electronically recording official documents online. E-recording is the process of submitting, receiving, and processing documents via a secure internet site. These documents have traditionally been delivered to the county by runner, express mail, or courier service. E-recording offers customers the ability to simplify and accelerate all aspects of the recording process, dramatically shortening the process time and improving audibility. Rachel Thomas, Register of Deeds, said the Register of Deeds office is looking forward to making e-recording available to those that want to use the convenient method of delivery for recording documents. Electronic recording has been used in North Carolina for many years, and I'm proud to be able to offer this service here in Rutherford County, according to Rachel Thomas, Register of Deeds. We're thrilled to provide industry-leading e-recording services to Rutherford County and its constituents. By implementing e-recording, Register of Deeds Rachel Thomas and her staff are taking proven steps to make the submission of official documents and recording process easier, more secure, and cost-effective throughout the use of this technology. If you want to know more about that, contact Rachel Thomas at rutherfordcountync.gov. Well, a father and son motorcycle outing on Saturday came to a tragic end, according to the Highway Patrol. Alonzo Manley spent Saturday on his 2002 Harley-Davidson on a ride with his son, who lives in Forest City. The two ate dinner in Shelby together and then went their separate ways. Manley, 69, was headed back to his home in Hendersonville when his motorcycle went off the left side of US 74 about 3.2 miles west of the Shelby city limits at 8:19 p.m., according to the Highway Patrol. Manley died from injuries suffered after striking a mound of dirt left off the side of the road by the Department of Transportation near the construction of the Shelby bypass. Trooper Brian Thies said after talking with the family he had just ate supper with his son about 30 minutes earlier. They had been out riding the motorcycle that day. Neither alcohol nor excessive speed along that stretch of highway with a 55-mile-per-hour limit were factors in the race. Neither of those were, according to Highway Patrolman. We really had no idea why he veered off to the left. It's unfortunate that it happened. It's one of those where you can theorize all day long and speculate all day long, but you'll never come to a conclusion of exactly why it happened. There were several witnesses to the wreck, but none of them could give a reason for Manley to veer off the road, according to Highway Patrolman Thies. Manley was wearing a helmet, and while it was strapped, it did come off his head sometime during the wreck. Sad note there from bad accident there. Father and son just had dinner together. North Carolina Department of Transportation officials say the upcoming project to improve Highway 108 between Columbus and Tryon will keep the road 2 lanes after all. Any information, drop-in meeting is scheduled between 4 and 7 p.m. Tuesday, April 24th. That's tomorrow at the Tryon Depot Plaza located at 22 Depot Street. Originally, the project was to widen the road to 4 lanes, but after NCDOT officials spoke with town and county managers and Tryon held a meeting where over 100 people attended to protest the project, the idea was changed. Now NCDOT officials said a bipartisan resulted in a plan, and the road will remain 2 lanes. Well, the beautiful St. John's Church, popular historic property on Main Street, Rutherfordton, has been sold. One of the most familiar historic properties in Rutherford County and one of the most visible that is owned by the Rutherford County Historical Society has been sold. St. John's Church on North Main Street in Rutherfordton has been purchased by Dr. Troy and Kim Tevis of Rutherfordton. Dr. Tevis owns an optometry office across the street from the church, and he has now purchased that building. U.S. District Judge Martin Redinger sentenced Roger Darrell Brooks, 49, of Dallas, Georgia, to 100 months in prison and 5 years of supervised release for trafficking in methamphetamine, announced R. Andrew Murray, U.S. Attorney for the Western District of North Carolina. Tomorrow morning we will pick up with our interviews of the candidates seeking office. We will start now with the district attorney race. And tomorrow morning, Garland Byers scheduled to be my guest at 10 minutes after 8 tomorrow morning, and then following up with District Attorney Ted Bell. And then after that, we will be getting into the sheriff's races. And with that in mind, keeping in mind that coming up, the election is coming up May the 8th. So keep that in mind. The sheriff's report coming up here in just a moment.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt at Insurance Service Associates, about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828-287-9325.
Hi, this is Tammy with the Home Medical Department at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. We have a 10-in-1 flip pillow that will help with comfort for sleeping or reading and can be used to elevate the knees, and it can help ease back muscles and is hypoallergenic for $34.99. Come see us at the Home Medical Department at Smith's Drugs in Forest City, 139 East Main Street.
I'm District Attorney Ted Bell, and I'm asking for your vote for re-election in the Republican primary. As District Attorney, I have personally prosecuted cases of domestic violence, child abuse, armed robbery, homicides, drug trafficking, child pornography, embezzlement, large-scale fraud and forgery, and voter fraud. In fact, I've been recognized by the Voter Integrity Project as one of the very few district attorneys willing to prosecute a voter fraud case. Because as district attorney, I will continue to do everything I can to fight crime and protect our communities. Please vote for me, Ted Bell, for re-election as district attorney in the Republican primary on May 8th. Thank you. Paid for by the committee to elect Ted Bell.
Now, Corporal Green gave us the report from the Sheriff's Department this morning, and we recorded it for broadcast to air at this time. Corporal Green?
Past 48 hours, Sheriff's Office has responded to 282 calls. We've made 17 arrests, and we currently have 182 in jail. On the incident reports, we have a Harold Lee Carfee of 605 Harris Henrietta Road, reported injury to personal property. Looks like the glass on his Chevrolet truck, damage to a golf cart and to his yard. We also have a Kathy Ann Thompson of 780 Withrow Road, also reported damage to personal property. Looks like somebody keyed her vehicle and slashed her tires. On the arrest reports, we got a Julie Marie Yant of 178 Zion Road in Rutherford. She's a white female. She was arrested for failing to appear on a felony. She received a $15,000 secure bond. We have Olive Franklin Hines, black male from 617 U.S. 74 Business in Ellenboro, was arrested for second-degree trespass. He got a written promise to appear. Tyler David Galtany, Black Mountain, white male, Ellenboro, was arrested for second-degree trespass. She also got a written promise. Ronnie Dale Pearson, Pines Road, Mooresboro, white male, was arrested for driving while license revoked. He received a $2,000 secure bond. Dustin Falls, $500 secure bond. Christina Nicole Byers of 301 Leonard Lane in Ellenboro, white female, was arrested for felony accessory after the fact and possession of stolen goods. She was given a $10,000 secure bond. Kenneth Bruce Harris of 151 Debbie Lane, white male, was arrested for misdemeanor possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance, driving while license revoked, operating a vehicle with no insurance, using a foreign license while driving while license revoked, and a fictitious tag. He was given a $3,000 secure bond. Teresa Anna Odell of Wynn Road in Mooresboro, white female, was arrested for failing to appear on a felony and failure to comply. She was given a $2,000 secure bond. Jason Heath Taylor of 161 Delta Street, white male, was arrested for breaking and entering into a motor vehicle, misdemeanor larceny. He was given a $2,000 secure bond, and that's all I have for you, sir.
Corporal Green, thanks so much for that report. Now stand by. We got an update on sports, and at 8:30 this morning, World of Faith Fellowship speaks out right here live in the studio. Stay tuned.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The NBA playoffs last night has 3 series knotted at 2 games each, while one of them is a little bit closer, but still kind of a runaway. Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Washington even their respective Eastern Conference quarterfinal series at 2 games each. The Bucks beat Boston 104-102. The Wizards won against the Raptors 106-98. And the Cavs even things up with the Pacers after they beat Indiana 104-100 on the road. They knocked their series at 2 games all. LeBron James provided 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. He said the Cavs learned from their mistakes in Game 3 when they blew a sizable second-half lead.
We had a great opportunity in Game 3. But I've always talked about the best teacher in life is experience, and we was able to experience that in Game 3 and not just falter like we did in Game 3 tonight when they made a run. We still made shots, we still executed, and we're still able to close out a quarter.
In the West, the Golden State Warriors tried to close out the Spurs, but fell way short. San Antonio beating Golden State 103-90. On the ice, Pittsburgh and Nashville have moved on to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs after wins last night. Jake Gensel stood on his head, scored 4 unanswered goals, and the Penguins turned a 4-2 deficit into an 8-5 win at Philadelphia. The Predators blanked Colorado 5-0. Andrew Landry fired a 468 in the 4th round to beat Troy Milenax and Sean O'Hare by 2 strokes at the Valero Texas Open at TPC San Antonio. It's the first PGA Tour victory for Landry, the 30-year-old native Texan, who said he hopes it's the first of many.
It could open the floodgates. I don't know. I mean, I hope it does. I hope it opens up for a bazillion of them, but it's fine. I mean, this was definitely something that I wanted to do and accomplish, and now we got to set some more goals and try to achieve something higher, like a major championship.
This is NCN Sports.
Who is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association?
We're dedicated educators, coaches, and mentors.
We are over 200,000 student athletes.
We are 413 member high schools from small towns and big cities, anywhere from Murphy to Manteo.
We're your neighbors and friends that put on the striped shirts and officiate the games you love every week.
We are making a difference in building leaders of communities and this nation for the next generation.
Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
How can we meet the aspirations of 10 million North Carolinians? At the University of North Carolina System, we do it by harnessing the strength of 17 transformative institutions working towards a unified goal, prosperity for all. Today, the system is united as never before. 17 institutions, individually remarkable and collectively extraordinary. This is the University of North Carolina System.
Syracuse guard Tyus Battle has entered his name into the NBA draft, but the school's official Twitter account says he's not hiring an agent, which means he's leaving the option available to return to school. Battle led the Orange in scoring with 19.2 points per game and was a second-team All-ACC selection. The third-ranked Duke Blue Devils lacrosse team has earned the 2nd seed in the upcoming Men's Lacrosse Championship and will play 3-seed Notre Dame on Friday. It's the 4th straight time the Blue Devils and the Irish will square off in the ACC semifinals. The Blue Devils are 2-1 in their 3 previous meetings. Former NFL kicker Jay Feely says a photo of him holding a pistol while standing between his daughter and her prom date was intended as a joke. Feely posted the photo on Twitter Saturday. The photo shows him standing with his arm around his daughter with a gun in his other hand next to his daughter's date. Some people, though, thought the photo crossed the line. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Grab the rain gear as you head out this morning. Rain is likely, especially later this afternoon, tonight, and for the day Tuesday. Some of the rain during the night tonight and during the day tomorrow will be heavy. The high today in the upper 50s to low 60s. Tonight will be cloudy with rain likely, the low in the low to mid 50s. And then Tuesday, rain is likely, perhaps even a thunderstorm that could be strong. The high temperature in the mid 60s to low 70s. Still can't rule out some showers on Wednesday. I'm Mike Mays in the North Carolina News Network Weather Center.
That flash flood watch is in effect through tomorrow. We get some rain now through tonight and tomorrow. Rain with us most all week and clearing out here maybe by Friday and Saturday. Not so heavy, but next Sunday mostly sunny with highs around 73. Right now it's cloudy, rainy, and 52 degrees. This is WCAB Rutherfordton, serving the foothills of the Carolinas. It's 8:30. Welcome to the Word of Faith Responds. This series of programs will address the issues concerning the negative news reports. This program is paid for by Word of Faith, and the views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the management and staff of WCAB. Now here is Word of Faith Responds.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Word of Faith Response. And last program, we were talking about an AP article that came out last year. It was entitled, Ex-Members Say Church, referring to our church, although we were shocked that it was referring to our church, but supposedly it's referring to our church. Church uses power, lies, to keep grip on kids. Now, we talked about this article last program, how there is this theory that these people that are against our church, that really just want to come against us, shut our doors, they have come up with this theory that somehow we have accomplished several adoptions in our church. We've had some custody cases where people in our church actually won custody of children. And so this article, part of this article is some kind of theory they've come up with that the reason why we succeeded in adoptions, the reason why we have succeeded in some of our court cases is not because of that's what was best for the children and we followed the law, but it's somehow that we have this enormous influence and control over government agencies, all these neutral officials, and even, I guess, judges and whoever else. So somehow we have used this power they describe, as it says here, to accomplish these things. Totally false. Totally absurd, but strangely enough, it's by this AP reporter that goes in with this. So, you know, this AP reporter talks about a handful of people in our church that went through the process. Some of them adopted children, some of them went through custody court. And in this AP article, it's interesting because, and I actually, when I was reading this, I was really shocked. But one of the things that it says here, I'm gonna read it for you, is. For years, Word of Faith Fellowship has used its muscle, pretty strange word, money, attorneys, and influence in custody, foster care, and other cases involving children. The AP found. Okay, he found this. Well, today, you get to find the truth. You get to find the truth. Because we are sharing with you the exact truth that no, Word of Faith does not really muscle and own all of the social workers in the county or surrounding counties. We really don't influence the court system. We really don't, we don't have this grip over hundreds of people in this county. It is false. And what we are doing is we are telling you the truth. The good news is that we have been bringing on eyewitnesses who actually know the truth, and they're telling you the truth about what happened. And so last program, we had one of the people that was featured in this article falsely was Allison. She adopted a little boy, and you heard the truth about exactly how it happened, and she followed the exact protocol of what needed to happen, and her little boy's doing just wonderful. So today we have another person that was featured in this article. Her name is Hetty. She is here with me, and Hetty and her husband Werner have been in our church for many, many years, and at some point in their lives they wanted to adopt. That was something that was in their heart, and so they began the foster parent process, and their house was approved. They took all the classes, they have all their certificates and so forth, and eventually they went through a placement process. There was 2 boys that came to their home through the Department of Social Services, actually in Cleveland County. And in that process, they eventually adopted these 2 little boys who are with them now, doing wonderful, really great little boys. And so, but interestingly enough, this article has a section on Hetty and Werner. And there is a person that is quoted in this article. And this is where it's very important. We want you to listen closely to this. This person, her name is Nancy Burnett. Now, a while back, we were talking about this conspiracy that we are seeing as a church that has been coming so against our church. It's a group of people. They've banded together. They've come against our church. They've tried to use media and all kinds of things. And so we're seeing kind of 3 groups that have banded together, and we've been talking about them so you would know the truth, because we really just want you to know the truth about what's really going on. And one of those people we have already mentioned was John Huddle. He was in our church. He left. He wrote a book against the church. His family's still in our church. We covered him and his book, some of the first programs we did. And then there was a large family that left our church. It was the Cooper family. And they have been very vocal in the media. And so we also have covered them in some of our past programs for the past several weeks. But there was a third person that we see that is part of this group that just really is just coming against our church. And her name is Nancy Burnett. Now, Nancy never was a part of our church. She was never a member of our church. She didn't go to our church. She went one time, and you're going to hear about that one time for a short visit. That's it. That's the extent of her life as far as interacting at our church. Yet she has become very vocal against our church. Now, how Nancy started getting involved was Nancy was at that time a guardian ad litem, I believe is the correct term, for Cleveland County. And so she was assigned to this case involving Hetty in going through the adoption process. She was not an employee. She was not a social worker. She was a volunteer. And so in that process, and you're going to hear from Hetty how this happened, but eventually Nancy was removed from the case. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to hear exactly what happened there. Strangely enough, after that very limited involvement that Nancy had, she has become extremely vocal against us. We don't know why, but she's joined with these people. So, but we want you to hear the truth because she's in here and she's making accusations and against Hetty. Against this process. And so it's time for you to hear the truth. So I am going to turn it over to Hetty. Thanks for being with us today.
Yes,
and will you share with us?
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Jim, for having us today. I'm very excited about giving the truth because the lies, are unreal. From every word that's been spoken in the AB article is plain old a lie. Me and my husband I'm telling you the story from my side how it happened. Me and my husband, we wanted children. So we started our journey in July 2011. I called the DSS in Rutherford to see what the requirements were for the adoption and for the foster care. Now, this is a very important fact because Nancy Burnett, she said that it was strange that we went to the DSS Cleveland County instead of going to our own county. Well, my first option was I went to the DSS in Rutherford to see what the requirements were of the foster and the adoption program. Their classes would start in the fall on a Monday night. My husband was occupied at the time and it was not suitable for us to start on a Monday night to do take MAP classes. So we decided, and it was suggestion from the DSS in Rutherford to look into different options where we could take a class. So we looked into Polk County and we looked in Shelby and to see what the different options were. Now Shelby was the best options for us because it was on a Thursday night. We didn't have any obligations to do it that night, so we went Thursday night. So we got to Shelby and we took the 3 months class and we were qualified and certified foster parents and adoptive parents, and we completed all the work, the paperwork, the fire department, the state coming in, the DSS coming into your home. We completed all that. So shortly after that, my husband got a call from the placement caseworker, and she told him that they had 2 little boys available. One was about 20 months old and the other one, the brother, just turned 4 years old. The parental rights were already determined, which means that they were already cleared for adoption. So they were ready to go for adoption and we could have them. That was our option. We never had any contact with the biological parents. We never saw them. We never knew them. We have never been with them. So there was no, so to speak, kidnapping or any kind of taking away from children from parents. I'm saying this because recently I walked into somebody, and this person was from Shelby, and this person said to me, out of the middle of nowhere, he said to me, "Hey, I know you." I said, "Really? I've never met this person before." And this person said, "Yeah, I know you. You kidnapped kids." And I looked at the man and I said, well, sir, I've never kidnapped kids. Let me tell you my story. So I told him my story. He was amazed. He said he had never heard the other side of the story. So this is the kind of things that comes out of this AP article, and it's not very good. So this was back to the situation. So we were offered from the DSS, would you want this option? We have 2 little children. They're ready to go for adoption, available to you. You are a qualified person. Would you take these children into your home? They asked us to pray about it and call them back the next week. So, which we did. We called them back and we told them we would like to meet the boys. So the DSS social worker and the placement workers arranged the first visit at the Cleveland County and DSS. We had the most wonderful, wonderful time we ever met. We met our boys, and when we saw them, we just knew they were our children. I looked in those little eyes and those little hands, and we laughed and played together. It was like it was always has been that way. So the 2 little boys were so precious to us. We loved them from the very first moment, and our hearts were just knitted from the very first moment. So once again, we were told to go home and pray about it and call them back the next Monday, the following Monday. And we were very glad to do that. We couldn't wait to call them back and say, we'd like to see and have these boys. So all along, we knew in our hearts that those children belonged to us as a family. And we told the DSS that these were our children, that we knew that God put it in our hearts, that these were our children. So the next step after that, it calls a trial weekend. It's a procedure you go through as a foster parent, as an future adoptive parent. You take the child into your home and the children to see how the children are doing in your own surroundings and how well they did. It was like it always has been. The children came in the door. I mean, the little one we had to carry because he was still little and couldn't walk. But my oldest one, he ran into the door, and I think I'll never forget this. He ran in the door and he says, "This is my new house, and this is my new mommy and my new daddy, and I'm going to stay here forever." And you know what? He still says it. He still says, "I'm going to stay here forever." And the excitement was beyond. It was beyond for us. It was beyond for every therapist. It was beyond for all the social workers. It was, thank you, Jim. And it was beyond for every lawyer that was involved. I mean, the DSS caseworkers, everybody was so wonderful. It was the happiest day of our life when we received our children. So, and our children, they love us, and the following Wednesday, the judge ruled. And the judge ruled that it was very favorable for the Truxels to become adoptive parents and placed for them for the permanent adoption. So now I wanted the listeners really listen to this, because this is very, very important. We had months and months and months. We were followed up by at least 3 to 5 meetings each week. A week. We were flooded with people in our home. We were flooded with therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech therapists. We had mental health. I'm sorry, thank you. Mental health. I think I'm going too fast, and I tried to catch up time here. Mental health came in from Gastonia, and additional regular visits from the DSS. We were a full house for almost a year. I mean, people came in and out, and they saw the progress. I mean, the people were amazed. We were amazed. They were amazed. Everybody was amazed of this completion. By now, the Rutherford and DSS as well came in as the Cleveland County DSS. We were monitored by 2 different counties, because we lived on the Rutherford County side, and the children were from Shelby DSS. So we actually had it from 2 different counties. If you really want to say it, 3 different counties, because really the mental health program was from Gastonia. So we were checked out on every side and every corner. So it was not a quick snap thing, because it took months and months and months. But after almost a year, the official adoption took place, and it was no snap. As they say in the AP article, it was a snap. Well, we are forever grateful for every therapist that helped our children, because everyone was so helpful, so kind, so lovable to our children. It was amazing. I think we couldn't accomplish with their help, because they were very professional, very thorough, and they were a wonderful, wonderful blessing.
And one of the things, Hetty, you mentioned in the AP article, as you said, was there's some kind of insinuation against your process that it was a snap, that somehow your case went, it was much faster than what was normal.
Right.
This is what you're referring to in the article.
Right, absolutely. It was not faster. How can you control papers if they go to Raleigh or go to the Cleveland County Courthouse, or there's no influence? I mean, I don't know how I would get the influence there going. But after the adoption was completed, the children had so much progress, unbelievable progress. We discontinued the therapy because we agreed to that because there was no need for it. And Nancy Burnett was saying this accusation about, emotionally regressed and no progress. She has not seen the children in 6, almost 7 years, so she doesn't even know. And I think if she would have met them, she wouldn't even recognize them on the street. So today, the children, let me tell you about them today. They are straight A students, both of them. My oldest one is going on to be in the 6th grade, and my little one is going on to be in the 4th grade. And they're doing wonderful in school, wonderful. Today, my little one is having his first time his CAT test, and he's very excited about it. And he's the most amazing thing because you would never think that ever would happen, but that little boy loves math beyond anything. He loves math more than playing. I mean, it's the most amazing thing. He counts and counts. It's the biggest, oldest thing you ever can imagine. He does it. He absolutely loves it. He loves to go to school. So does my oldest one. My oldest one loves science. He is just going and going and going. Both of them are so developed, so skilled, so gifted. It's just a wonderful blessing to see them. They love to go to school. They love their teachers, and they love going to church. They love the little friends to be with every day, and really, they love everybody. They're very lovable when they go out in the county. They love all the babies. They reach out to the babies. They go to the nursing homes. They reach out to old elderly people. If they see people in a wheelchair, they want to push it. I mean, my children are so outgoing, and they absolutely love everybody. And that leads me up to the accusations from the AP article, because one of the accusations that our children said that our children were mistreated from the church members. Now, they didn't say we mistreated them, but they said the church members mistreated my children. Now, I don't know what they're referring to, but our children have only known love known from each member of our church or leadership. We as parents, we would know if that would happen, because our children, they tell everything. When we go to bed, they tell us everything that went on today. They can't even stop talking about everything that happened that day. So they would have told me if something would happen. But let me tell you, to all the listeners, I really want you to know this. This is one of my main things that I really want you to know. Our children have been not mistreated. Nobody in this church has been mistreated. Nobody. And also, I want to tell about my pastors, Sam and Jane Whaley. I call them very proudly Mom and Dad. They have been parents to me, to me and my husband, and our children call them Papa Sam and Grandma Jane, because when we had the adoption, they received them as their own grandchildren when they came. When they came, I never forget Papa Sam's face when he said to me, he says, Hetty, if Jesus will give you these boys, he said to me, he said, I will be their grandpa. I will never forget it. My parents live overseas. Berna's parents live overseas. I mean, we don't have our grandparents here, but God gave us grandparents, and they love them. My children always want to go see Papa Sam. They always want to go see Grandma Jane anytime they can. And we know them for many years, and we are very close in heart. We have nothing ever felt for them but the love. And if it wasn't for them and all the prayers, I would not be alive. And would never be a parent to our children. Wouldn't that be terrible? Thinking that children would be in that stage where they were if we were not be in that place of having these children. And so I'm very, very grateful that God gave me the privilege and the honor to have these children. And if the listeners only knew my own life story, how I got here, how I got to the church, the ministry, and how God spared me from my own death. We will never deny God's power. I will never deny the miracle work of power of God. I will never deny the prayers, and I will never deny the power of the prayer that is in our lives and with God's people. And so We know where we came from, and we will know where these children are going. The future lays ahead of us, and we know that God is only good for us. And these children are going to make more and more and more progress. And maybe in 10 years later, we can see what became out of these children. But I'm telling you, these accusations are totally wrong. The accusation about we were not certified in that moment when we gotten the children. For the listeners, you can't see this, but I brought this Cleveland County Department Social Service certificate. Yeah, Gilbert, thank you for holding that up. And it's dated in November the 10th, 2011. We didn't even have the children November the 10th on 2011. That was not even close to that. So the former foster parents supposedly said that they were not notified or not say a little goodbye. Let me tell you something real fast. We did say a very long goodbye. Nancy Burnett never mentioned this, but even in January we had a visit with the foster parent out of town at McDonald's, had a meeting with them, gave them a thank you note, a picture of the children, reached out to them, and they're saying they were a little goodbye. I don't think that was the right thing to say. Really, they had plenty time of notice, plenty time of phone calls. So we even visited in placement in January 2012. So there was mention about the nurse practitioner, somebody that worked at the DSS, saying that they knew about our adoption, that they mentioned comments about it. I'm telling you the truth. The nurse practitioner that worked that's in our church, Lori Knies, that worked as a DSS caseworker, they both did not know that we wanted to adopt children. They only saw the children when we brought them into the church. So it was way later on.
And this is, of course, you're referencing all these statements that's in this AP article.
Yes.
There's a statement in here that somehow there's people that go to our church. There was one that was a nurse, another one that was a social worker in Cleveland County.
Yes.
And they're referencing that in this article, that somehow there's some insinuation that these people were involved with your process.
Right,
and you're stating that they didn't even know that you were adopting?
No, because I was very private about it. I didn't tell the whole church that I was going to adopt children or a child at that time, thinking just one. But no, we didn't tell anybody. I was very private about it. Of course, I told my pastors because I want them to pray for me, because I was always wanted only to do the right thing, and we did not want to have anything that was not for us. We wanted just to have the right thing. So we didn't tell anybody. So that was a lie.
Hetty, let me bring your attention to something for time's sake. The front of this article references an account by Nancy Burnett when she actually came to our church, and I believe the reference is that she was acting at that time as guardian ad litem. She came. I don't know if it's to check
I
on the boys.
invited her to come.
You did, okay.
Right.
Well, you just tell, and we have Gilbert Carmona here, by the way, listeners, and he actually has a part in this. He is an eyewitness to this church service, and we have just a little bit of time left. So, Hetty, lead into that, and then we'll let Gilbert take over.
Yeah, on the end, she talks about the imitating experience at the church, and how the supervisor decided
intimidating
experience. Yeah, how the supervisor decided to move the boys and her from the Truxell home. It never happened. So here is this situation about the intimidating experience.
Yes, intimidating experience. The thing's just a flat-out lie. My name is Gilbert Carmona. I'm a proud member of the Word of Faith. And, last night, one of your boys was playing with my granddaughter. So this is personal to me, because this is just a lie. But my part of the story is, there was a church service, and we had two visitors. My wife and I are greeters. We have visitors come to our church all the time. So when I saw that there were two visitors that were standing, I was in the front of the church at the door in what we call the front foyer there, and I saw two visitors, and I walked around the back to see if it was somebody I knew, it was somebody to greet, because we have people from the county come all the time. Many of the people I know. I have a business in this county. I've worked in this county. I've been here for a long time. I know a lot of people. So I went around the back to see if it was somebody I knew. It was two women. I did not know them. Now, at this point, praise and worship had already started, so there were some empty rows back there. So I just went into one of the back rows. I was about 5 seats away from these two women. So we were, and I really remember this church service, not just because of what happened, but specifically we were singing a lot of old hymns, and I really liked the old hymns.
Yeah.
You know, I was when I started coming into the things of God, I was in the Pentecostal church, and it was always old hymns, and I just love them. It's just a lot of good memories. So we were just singing a lot of old songs, and about I don't know, 5-10 minutes into it, one of the ladies, who I later would learn her name was Nancy Burnett. Before that, I didn't know who she was. One of the ladies starts making faces and rolling her eyes and speaking loudly, like really just it almost like it was deliberate. And she had something in her hand that she was waving around. I don't know what it was. At first I thought it was a cell phone, not like a smartphone, but like a smaller phone. And she was waving it around. I thought this lady's recording the service, or it could be a video camera. I didn't know what it was. So this went on for a few of the songs. Then now they were sitting at the end of the row. There's an aisle there. She walked out in the aisle and walked up about 2/3 of the way up towards the front, and she looked like she was looking for somebody. And I thought, oh, well, she must know somebody. But it just, the behavior was erratic, and it was a little concerning. Some of the children were scared because they didn't know there's this person walking around. It's just very unusual. We're all just in our row singing, and this person's walking around. So she walks back to the seat, and again, she's eye rolling and she's making motions. Now, the whole time, this is praise and worship. Now, the accusation is, in this AP article, Nancy Burnett says, in the middle of the service, the chanting and singing suddenly stopped. That's just, okay, let me keep reading. Burnett said, and the fiery pastor pointed at Burnett, accusing her of being wicked. You are here to cause strife. She recalled Jane Whaley shouting. So what happened is, we're in praise and worship. She walks up, she's creating the scene, walks back to her seat, and continues to create a scene. Just a few minutes later, Jane Whaley walks down the aisle and walks up to Nancy. Now, I'm 5 seats away. I could not hear anything Jane Whaley said to Nancy. Jane was speaking very calmly, very peaceably. She was just looking at Nancy, saying some things. The whole time, Nancy's got her arms crossed and she's making faces. And Jane was very peaceful, very quiet. Then Nancy throws her arms up in the air, said something loud, which I really didn't catch what she said. She stormed off and stormed through the back doors and left the church service. Praise and worship was still going on. It was not the middle of the service. There was no chanting going on. We were singing old hymns, the same hymns that are probably sung at every Baptist church. I know they were sung at my Pentecostal church. I'm Old Assembly of God, so you know some of those songs. And so it stopped. The church service stopped, and I actually had forgotten all about this until a couple of months later. I heard that Nancy had gone on social media and had told this whole story that she's recanting here. And I thought, wait a minute, that's a lie. That is not truth, what happened. But then as I read on, I learned that she was a volunteer guardian ad litem. And that really, really bothered me. Because, number one, she was not a professional person at all. Right. As a matter of fact, she looked like she was a troublemaker coming to make trouble. And she left. But the worst part about it, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Mark wanted a minute. I'm sorry, I'm running out of time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but guardian ad litems take an oath. From what I understand, from what I've been told, they're supposed to be confidential. Everything that happens is private.
That's correct.
Right.
She goes to social media. She posts all this on social media. Now she's on AP. She's basically making a whole career for herself out of this thing, which is just a lie. Truth. The whole thing is a lie. But worse than being a liar, she's a gossip. And that really, really bothers me because she has no concern for these children at all.
And thank you, Gilbert. Thank you, Hetty. And we're out of time, but you just heard the truth about the all of these false lies in this article that came out last year. And, you know, when we're talking about children, how important is it to get the truth out? And here you have what an example of somebody who is a guardian ad litem, and yet they get on social media. They talk about these things that are they're very private, they're very confidential. We're dealing with children, and that they just continue to say all these things. So we are so glad that you are now hearing the truth about this. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Word of Faith Response. Remember to go to our website at wordoffaithfellowship.org, because we have we have all our radio programs on there. You can learn more, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you.
24/7 WCAB is serving the foothills of the Carolinas. Learn more about us at www.wcab59.com.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Bells for a new baby boy in Britain. Here's ABC's Tom Rivers.
The prince is born, the third child to William and Kate. The delivery at 11:01 local time, that's 6:01 Eastern. The baby tipping the scales at 8 pounds 7 ounces. The Duke of Cambridge was present for the birth.